Los Angeles, the car capital of America. People don't walk in LA, they drive.
You know, in New York, when you're walking around, it means you're a New Yorker. It doesn't have anything to do with health, it just means you live in New York. In LA, when you're walking around, it means something's gone horribly wrong with your career. I mean, I'll have friends call in and leave messages on my service going, "Hey buddy, saw you walking on Ventura the other day, just want to check and see if you're okay. You need me to loan you a car?" No, it was just a nice day, I wanted to walk. Sorry, I'm from New York originally. Sorry.
Over the last 20 years, American cars have gotten bigger. In 1992, GM introduced the Hummer H1. Made popular based on photos from Operation Desert Storm, the H1 soon became a hit with celebrities like Arnold Schwarzenegger. While some embraced the H1, others despised this car and those who drove it. It soon became the poster child for big cars and American consumption.
We have so many SUVs that are sucking up so much of the fuel, which is obviously a big part of the responsibility for the shortage of the oil and gasoline.
In the 90s, GM and the other American car makers enjoyed huge profits from big car sales. However, as the 90s came to a close, things were beginning to change.
I have to make personal choices that are better for the environment, that are more responsible, and so I'm downsizing in my automobile choices, getting rid of the SUVs and going to something much more sensible. You know, the original thinking was when we had our daughter that we wanted something. We live in Los Angeles. We wanted something that was sturdy. We wanted four-wheel drive because we live in earthquake country. And more often than not, I end up driving in my car by myself. So I recognize that it's time for a change, that I can no longer afford to, be such a profligate consumer. So I'm downsizing.
America's obsession with big cars was coming at a high price. The public was waking up to news of high energy costs, global warming, increased asthma rates in children due to air pollution, and speculation that the war in Iraq was not to spread freedom, but to defend the oil fields.
I think we need to get out from under the spell of Halliburton and the corporate kind of ethos that puts money before people.
In 2009, the Big Three were facing bankruptcy. The birth of the SUV would ultimately become the demise of the American auto industry. But where did the SUV come from? And why had the Big Three failed to adapt to changes in the global economy and advances in technology that would have guaranteed their market share? In order to understand the rise of the SUV, we have to turn the clock back to a time in America before there were laws to regulate gas emissions or air pollution, when automakers operated without any government interference.